Hey Cloud Gamers, 2020 has been an interesting year, especially for Stadia, so let's have a look at the past year about what Stadia has been up to. It's no secret that if you've been with us since the beginning that Stadia had a rocky start in 2020, with nearly 2 months actually of no communication. And all the rumours started in January-February of whether Stadia was dead already. The community updates were few and far between, and the community, our very own One to Escape or Cloudy with a Chance of Games now, took to Reddit to give us the community Stadia update on a weekly basis until finally Stadia came out of the woodwork and started to give us regular community blogs and promised the acclaimed 120 games for 2020. As we look at the Reddit did seem to steadily grow from the beginning of January 2020 after the initial release, past the 50k mark, and steadily grew up to the 70k mark over the next few months. Towards the end of December, we're now at 96,000 members. It's still quite far away from the Xbox and PlayStation Reddits, which are in the hundreds of thousands, but if you look at the closest cloud competitors of GeForce Now and Shadow PC, Google Stadia is actually more than both of those combined, so Stadia is definitely far from dead and is growing tremendously. Also, we've been spoiled rotten with pro games. In the early days we only were getting 2 pro games a month, and then in the early part of the year we were only getting 3. And now they've been regularly giving us 6 pro games per month, and now there are a total of 31 pro games as part of the standard library. So if you are part of that pro subscription, you do have an awful lot of games to choose from now. Then once the bigger games started hitting the platform with Doom 4K, things really started to take a turn. Baldur's Gate 3 brought crowd choice to the mix, which was one of the first critically acclaimed features for Stadia. And the games just kept coming with the introduction of Watch Dogs Legion and then an Assassin's Creed Valhalla as one of the best ports for Google Stadia. Things really did start looking up. With the release of family sharing, which has been promised since January, we finally started seeing the Google features coming to the mix. The Stadia exclusive of Outcasters also came to the mix, finally bringing crowd play to the masses. We started to see more and more features dropping on the platform, including direct YouTube streaming, which has changed the game for a lot of streamers and brought even more creators to the mix for Google Stadia. We also got Ubisoft Plus finally arriving on Stadia after a year of promises, but only for the US unfortunately, but we can only assume that this is going to be a rollout across the board and will be available for everyone soon. And finally we got iOS support via the web app, which now makes Stadia across the board one of the easiest ways to play all of your games on mobile or web. But nothing could have prepared anyone for the release of Cyberpunk 2077, where finally everybody changed their tune about Stadia. With the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One consoles struggling, even Forbes and Kotaku started to praise Stadia and the way that Cyberpunk was working, and even people were saying that playing on their iPads was the new best way to play Cyberpunk 2077. Although everyone seems to say that content is king, I don't think anything has proven that more than Cyberpunk 2077. It really has shown how Stadia can handle these new AAA titles and next-gen performance moving forwards. So although 2020 has been a very strange year, it's been a phenomenal year for cloud gaming and especially Google Stadia. From going to Stadia is dead to Stadia is the best place to play a AAA title. Thanks for watching, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the latest across all cloud gaming platforms, and we will see you next time.